Hi, everybody.
Hey everybody, welcome to TFT Tarot for today. Divine Dabblings with
Half a man. Oberon.
and me, Banshee. Welcome to the show. We thought this would give more room for Sunny to play around with, but I'm not really sure when I look at all those decks over there and stuff, and I got this open space here. So, you have blocked him off more than I. Hey, Ray, he was here. He took off, so Sunny will probably be back later. Rest assured.
I did no such thing as block him off.
He wreaked havoc on my Material Matters show.
Yeah, it must have been you.
Oh, no. He pushed Shadow off of there. I can't believe it.
Good. Shadow can come over here then.
Yeah, Shadow, you can be a part of the show, except my chair isn't out for her. And I think when she jumps...
Hi, Pragati.
Hi, Pragati. Good to see you. Guess we should get started, eh? Okay. I forgot my hat. I knew there was something.
Uh-oh.
Am I going to get up for that?
Hi, Laura.
Well, not just yet. Hi, Laura. Before I get my hat, why don't we do the collective reading? How about it? And I'll be using the Season of the Witch Yule Oracle again. 'Tis the season.
Where is your hat?
It's over there. I can get it.
Okay.
You're going to get it? Okay.
Sure, why not?
And Shadow has arrived. Hello, Shadow. Hi,
Shadow.
There, look at all that space you have.
Should I get the kitty hat too and put that on them?
Oh, that would go over really well with Shadow. You must really want to take down the set today, Mr. O. No, don't. But I'm sure Shadow will be very interested in this. And you know, now that she's here, Sunny is going to come back. You know that.
Yes, I can see him eyeing us, or is that glaring from the couch? He is so jealous.
But you know what? He is laying on my snuggly.
Shadow, everybody's saying hi to you.
And it might be that he will not want to leave that warm space.
That's a pretty girl.
Oh,
But you're shy.
she's hiding off to the behind my... Oh, but he's coming back.
Maybe
He is
she
not going to
sensed
have
it.
her steal the show. Oh boy, this could get interesting. Mr. O, shuffle and cut for me, and we'll get this show on the road.
Thank goodness you guys love Shadow, because we sure do kill a lot of time here with them.
Sorry, yes. We are ready to go. We are. I've been doing some last minute things, finishing up my Yule journey. It is really pretty much written, done. But now we've got to run through it and start putting it all together. It's going to be very epic. And also there will be a couple blog posts soon about it with some instructions if you want to participate in it more fully. You don't have to, but you can. And then finally, the other thing is, what else? What was the other thing? Shoot. Well, just be there. Oh, and look at this. For our tarot tribe, we have family.
Hello, Sunman.
Thy love is present in the presence of thee, a comforting veil that warms the heart and hugs the soul. All right, well, let's see what family has to offer here. Whoops, I passed it. Family. Keywords are support, roots, and tradition. There's nothing like coming home for the holidays. Your immediate family are the ones who've known you since birth and have been with you through the boo-boos, graduations, birthdays, and celebrations. They have been there through the good times and the bad. Sometimes coming home to the people who know you well is all you need to chase away the blues of life. There's also the family you choose. The ones who, despite a lack of blood relation, have accepted you as one of their own, and you have done the same for them. True family will love you as you are and won't try to change you. The assortment of different personalities somehow fit together, and within this familiar space, traditions and values are born. This card guides you to honor your beliefs, traditions, and heritage. Now is not the time to improvise, change things up, or try something new. This card advises you to return to the basics and build a stronger foundation for yourself. That could mean returning to school or joining an organization with well-established rules and principles, or seeking out a mentor who knows the ins and outs of your goals. You can't break the rules until you know what the rules are. A period of study and observation will serve you well at this time. And I think it's really important to know what they said there about the definition of family. You know, not everybody of us, to a little extent, us included, have come from the perfect idyllic family homes where everything was kumbaya. So, this goes back to accepting, that family that you truly call your family. And it's the one you choose, whether it's the family unit you have right now or whatever. Gather strength and celebrate tradition. What are the things you do all the time? I think this is really appropriate for me to pull this card because basically I'm taking an old tradition, my journey of the Fool, and creating it for the online environment, making it more accessible today. So I really like this, pulling this card today.
And yeah, it's a beautiful ceremony, ritual, whatever you want to call it. It's a meditation. It really grounds you in the experience of some of the deeper levels of the major arcana, the idea that there is a journey there that represents a progression of your soul through life, as well as the encounters that really shape you, teach you, inform you, blah, blah, blah.
Yep, that's what we have for everybody. Good luck with that. And let's move on to our readings. Well, I'm so sorry about that, buddy. But you can always create new family and new family traditions. And maybe that's what Spirit will be calling you to do at this time. All right. Let's move on.
Goodness.
Besides the Yule Oracle here, I also have my Earthly Souls and Spirits Moon Oracle, if anybody would rather have an Oracle card tossed later. So, all right.
Hi, Jyoti.
I cannot...
Our moderator will be there.
Yeah, we need English. All right.
Okay, so who's first?
Who is first indeed? I'm going to look at the list. I think I have it right, though. I believe it's Libra. Yes, Libra.
Our moderator is named Violet Jyoti.
Libra's first. All right. Okay,
so
Libra, go ahead with your question.
Libra asked a question.
Okay.
Let's see. It's what message do I need to know?
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Violet. I am going to use, I brought out Mr. O's anniversary gift to me, the Hush Tarot.
The Hush Tarot.
I'll be using that.
That's like an old song. But I won't sing.
All right, Jody, we will add you to the list, and we will do that question. If you can't stay, come back.
We're still going to do the question, and maybe you can navigate around to find that part of the reading. But you're welcome to stay and watch.
When will you get your government job? And as a matter of fact, I have that one deck, and I didn't bring it out. I think it's nearby, too. I'll be able to get it. I hope so, anyway. I'll get it for later. Here you go, Mr. O. Shuffle.
What message do I need to know?
Yep. Is it here? Or is it not? I'll be back.
And I want to thank everybody for coming out. And the holiday season is getting kind of busy and festive a little bit. I work at a local area public library.
Oh my gosh.
And tomorrow night they're doing a presentation of a group called the Silver Strings Dulcimer Society.
Are you inviting me?
Well, you can come and see it. It's in the evening. And I think I've seen them before.
Okay.
And they apparently give quite an entertaining display of dulcimer music that includes some sing-along favorites and stuff like that. So that'll be fun.
Okay, Libra, you've got the three of, I want to make sure I get this right. Yes, the three of swords or arrows or spears. Not sure what they call it here, reversed, but let's just say the three of swords. And that's reversed, and you have the Eight of Cups upright. This is really interesting.
Is this one reversed?
Yes.
It doesn't look it.
Well, I guess I turned it.
Got it.
Or you, I'm sorry, you did. It was reversed.
Oh, no, it wasn't me.
The Eight of Cups is upright, and the Ace of Swords is reversed.
What message do I need to know?
What do you need to know? I think, Libra, it's time to deal with some things in your life, what you need to know. The time is coming now that you need to deal with some things in your life that maybe have not been producing the results you wanted. You're not, like, there's no victory here. There's nothing positive maybe coming from it. And it could also involve maybe some bad decisions that you made, some poor judgments, maybe about people or situations. And you need to just, you need to deal with it and heal from this. Setbacks are what they are. Some things were never meant to happen. The Eight of Cups is providing you with the opportunity now to move on to something better. If things have not been working out for you or producing the desired results, it's time to heal and let it go, and move on to something better.
This may be about relationships. It may
could
be about relationships that have broken apart, but there's still healing work to move on. And clearly the Eight of Cups says you want to move on to something maybe that is that more healing element. A part of this maybe is mostly in getting beyond the conflicts or strife or issues that were between people in the relationship perhaps. And that's that Ace of Swords reversed. And so it could be that maybe people still want to have domination over the issues or over who was right or wrong, perhaps, or something like that. But it may be that the part best played by you, Libra, is really letting that go and moving on, even if it means you may move on in a different direction than the other person. It would be better if both people could heal.
What's really interesting about that, Libra, is you're talking about being in the doctor's office, and we're talking about healing. Now, mind you, this is often emotional healing, but, I could almost see this here, really, for what you're doing right now, if we were to apply it. But keep it in mind for other aspects of your life. But let's look at this. I mean, you've suffered some setbacks. Maybe COVID or whatever is causing this problem for you. You are not getting the desired results, the desired answers you seek, because this is a sword card after all. And again, there's some healing. There is some reason you either, you want to get rid of this problem for sure. And so this is saying that maybe now you will be moving in the direction of finding, a solution or some answers. There may be that for you too.
Right, it could be about those things that are going on specifically with you too, I suppose.
Well, I'm just going to throw that out there as another possibility. I like what I said, and I think that is possibly true, but it may tie into this too. So I have to bring it up because really, as soon as I read that, I'm like, oh, well.
Yeah, I see that because the Three of Swords can talk about some medical interventions possibly.
It could, or some interventions.
Yeah. So I love it. Both Shadow and Sunny are like about 2.5 feet apart, facing each other. You can't really tell.
I love this yin and yang here.
One there,
yin
one
and
here.
Whatever. It's kind of cute. You can sort of see the black blob of shadow. I see her in the corner.
Oh, okay. The black glob of shadow.
All right.
Yes, there she is, I guess.
All right, Libra. So I guess the deal is the key and the ring. So the key is to commit yourself to wherever this journey is going to take you. The Eight of Cups is about journeying away from difficult times into better conditions in a way. It's different from the Six of Swords, but there's a similarity here. And
True.
I think with these cards is saying you have to commit to this journey. You want to feel better. You want to improve. So, or whatever the situation is you want to get out of, that's what you got to do.
Right.
Commit.
It may be the health journey. It may be a personal relationship or intra-relationship journey, but you have to decide for sure where you really want to be in there. If it's health, clearly, you have to go exactly where it is best for somebody else. In this case, if it's your children. Good luck.
Yeah, that's what we have for you, Libra. Good luck with that. And yes, they are beautiful cards. The illustrations are
they are
really nice on them. All right. You are up, Mr. O.
And who is it?
And I think it is Saggy.
Saggy. Hi, Saggy.
Hi, Saggy.
Did Saggy give us a question? And if it is Saggy, well, whoever I end up doing, I'm using the Deviant Moon Tarot.
Oh, I haven't seen that one in a little bit.
Not used very often here. It's one of the decks that this one gave to me.
I did.
And I ended up using it for a while in Goth Tarot. I'm not using it currently in Goth Tarot. No, you know what? I only used it a little while in Goth Tarot. I actually do use it all the time in Your Weird Week, my sort of weekly reading that I put on Instagram and then share elsewhere. But I'm going to probably retool Your Weird Week. I may take a hiatus of a week or two in December here and then
Hey,
present
Saggy,
it.
second call. Just checking. If you have a question, go ahead and write it down now. We'll give Saggy
Otherwise-
another moment or two. Shadow is about to
I know,
leave
you're about to
the
count
room.
down.
Bye, Shadow.
Violet has trigger fingers today, everybody, so
Uh-oh.
be on your game. She holds the button pressing thing, or she can. Let the dogs of war press the button. or
Saggy,
whatever it is.
last call. This hat back on. I've got may have a little headband somewhere too. I don't know.
Here it goes, countdown. I wish I
Okay.
had a nice little countdown button I could press for the screen too. That would be cool. Line them up. And if Saggy comes back, you may go to the end of the list.
Hey, Bonita.
Hi, Benita. I think you are next,
Expecting
right?
the new year. Hey, let's see what's going on in the new year, Mr. O.
Okay, so I'm going to use the crazy deviant moon for that. What can you expect in the new year? New year, new moon, deviant moon.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks for the question, Benita. The Sun Man approve it.
Also, our website has a not website. Our YouTube channel, these YouTube channels have a community feature. And so we are going to use that to post some information for that journey that we're doing on winter solstice so that you can look it over and be prepared. This is going to be very interesting. I'm excited to do this.
The sun is just pouring down on Sunny. Right over here where my hand is stroking him. He seems to be glorying.
It's like he's in a
sun.
sun puddle.
Yeah, he's like a Leo here right now. The Sun King. Hello there.
Well, I'm glad you're happy he's by you. I'm so happy to be able to shuffle.
All right. So I have to look at those. It's so crazy. It's the Five of Wands reversed. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
And then it's the Knight of Cups reversed.
Wow.
And then it's the Nine of Pentacles upright. So I don't know how well I know you in terms of your personal life, but this looks rather personal, like maybe there's a relationship that has problems. And it could be a personal,
It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship.
it could be, but it doesn't have to be
Right.
a primary, romantic relationship. But it seems like there's some fighting or jousting going about, and maybe if there are sincere, tender feelings, affectionate feelings between you and others that may not be looking well, ultimately it looks like you're going to be sort of by yourself, but in a comfortable position. The Nine of Pentacles is somebody who basically maybe is not emotionally or relationshiply attached deeply to people. They could be, but that's not really a big focus. Maybe it's more about enjoying their life.
Yeah, what I see here is some interesting stuff. And of course, I don't think this is going to be like your focus for the entire year necessarily. But maybe, as the year kicks off the ground and, first 3 to 4 months of the year perhaps could revolve around some of this. And I feel here that there's some emotional ill ease or dis-ease with people. It may be work related, like people you work with, or if you don't work, this could be, I don't know why I'm sensing it could be maybe family or, others that are involved with you in some way, friends, family. And I really feel here, that you're going to walk away from things that are just not fulfilling you emotionally or making you even emotionally upset. This is kind of walking away from that, and here you are strong enough to stand on your own is basically what I feel this card,
way to put it.
Is saying in this circumstance here. You'll be comfortable, you'll be fine, and just let all this blow out because you don't need the stress and grief in your life. It's best sometimes to walk away, and I think this shows you in a really good position enjoying life in these first 3-4 months, on your own, being happy, and enjoying, maybe your environment, your home environment, or doing things that are pleasing to you, going to arts and entertainment that's pleasing to you. Let's do the Lenormand on this too and see what we get.
And yeah, if folks are busy, we will take the question. Either Violet will write it down or copy it, or we can scroll back through our chat and find it, and then we can just read it for you. And you'll have to navigate your way around the list or the video to find it, perhaps.
QIT, you are right near the bottom right now, but we may get some people who come in that we will still add to the list. And so you are way down there. Let's see, because we've had a number of people come in. We're on Bonita right now. So that was 2 people. We didn't read for one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're like the 11th person right now.
Okay, back to Benita. In the Lenormand cards, we have the birds. And we have the clover.
Yes. Wow.
I almost wonder if this is, not exactly the situation that we're talking about in the tarot, but the idea maybe that there's luck involved in maybe the chatter or conversations between friends or other people, and so that maybe this is a situation that maybe you'll find a lucky way to kind of move out of it towards, what we suggested with the Nine of Pentacles, the idea that there's a combativeness or a disagreeableness going around with some of your friends, and maybe it's just better for you to find your way out of that. It may just be something that blows over and that doesn't even necessarily involve you very heavily.
Wow, you know what, Benita, you know how this relates to what I said? For my interpretation is there is luck in establishing new connections and making new, socializing with new people. If you've not been getting satisfaction from the people currently around you or that you're working with even, there's luck in establishing new connections.
I'm so lucky that you know the Lenormand better than me.
Well,
that
but
was awesome.
I kind of threw
That's
that at
really
you.
nice the way that worked out there.
It does. It's very
Yeah.
synchronistic, and I think that it's saying here, let the stuff go. If there are people in your life that are just bringing you down, whoever they may be, it's time to make new connections. It's time to pull outside of that and make new connections.
All right, Benita.
Good luck with that. Hey, I think it's Lena. Yep, Lena.
Ask
you
for
are
general reading
general.
for spirit for the next 5 months.
All right.
Well, let's see how we can characterize that. Now Sunman has turned into a golden layer.
He's warm. Hey, you're pulling his fur off.
I know, I can see. I'm barely touching him, but it's just flying because his hair is so fine and loose. And you're welcome, Benita. I hope it resonated.
Hey, you're welcome, Benita. All right. That's a great deck to shuffle.
What is the deck?
Oh, that's the Steampunk Art Nouveau.
Ah, yes, and you just got it, right?
Yeah, not that long ago.
Nice.
It was on back order since the summer, though.
Is it Los Scarabeo?
Yes, it is. How'd you know?
Just that feeling.
All right. All right, we have the Ten of Pentacles reversed. And then we have the Three of Wands. Gosh, upright.
Upright.
And we have the Magician upright.
Oh, I love this steampunk magician. He's so cool. I love it.
Well. So it's a little bit of a mixed bag here, Lena. As you can imagine, and as some of our cards have probably been telling you, there seems to be issues in regards to family, money, or inheritance or legacy. If it's not the legacy, I'm sure it's like the alimony situation.
That's the 10, right?
Yeah, the Ten of Pentacles. And so I think here, the main focus in the next 5 months is going to be right here, because this just isn't happening. It looks
It's
like
either
to
not
me.
happening or it's not going to be worthwhile enough to make a real difference.
And so the Three of Wands here is saying it's time to look ahead, you know, and strategize. So I think the early part of the 5 months, you need to be thinking about this future and what you want it to look like. What
Find
you
your
want
moment.
it to be. Find your moment, and then guess what? Spend your time making it happen, manifesting what you desire. Shows that you are going to be busy trying to put some effort behind some project or goal or desire, you know, that you want to accomplish.
All your time with us, Lena, you've impressed us with your ability to keep your focus on how you want to grow business for yourself as well as resolve these other issues. So it just says really the next 5 months you probably will find the way to really make that more of your focus. And there's a lot of determination and also belief in yourself and the ability to kind of manifest through, you know, your sense of desires as well as your imagine how you visualize it.
Yeah, you know what? Thank you for saying that, because the Magician, it does show that you're going to have the strength and determination and maybe that courage that's needed to carry it through. Maybe you realize, hey, there's no time like the present. I'm not going to be any more better prepared to move forward than I am right now. And you're going to start seeing it through.
And I see Jayoti left us a message, and you do have to go to work. We understand that. We tend to be a little bit, you know, consumed with the reading, so we try to treat everybody as special. So hopefully you'll be able to come back and navigate your way towards the reading and see what we said for you. All right, so the ring has reappeared.
That's the first one.
For Lena, okay.
And, oopsie, I'm sorry.
And then it's the goldfish, which are the fish.
You know, your financial flow, the flow of money and finance in your life needs to be what you make a commitment towards. You know, and I think, you know, some positive things can happen for you. So you need to make a commitment. It looks to me like that's maybe where some of this is leading. You know, there's this negative thing about receiving money that's due you from family or inheritance or, like I said, the alimony, but you can make other things happen for yourself financially. Commit to it, Lena. I think the first 5 months of next year look good for that. I see this more than any kind of relationship angle, just because of the type of cards we have here. What do you think, Mr. O?
I'm sorry.
What do you think?
Okay, sorry. Thanks for pulling me back to reality. I went to cut the glare so that I could see the cards, and now I don't know what I want to say about the cards.
Tablet,
but seriously speaking, though, I guess this is talking about how maybe business will become more of your focus. It's not the other way around that you should focus on business. It's just saying, really, I think business will become your focus. Making money, making things work will become your focus.
Okay, that's what we have for you, Lena. Good luck with that.
How'd I do?
You did fine.
Thank you.
You did just fine, Mr. O. I would expect no less. All right, let's move on.
Card spillage.
And I believe it is Angel Mary. Will you travel abroad this December?
Ooh, wouldn't it be nice? Get away from your weather, if that's a nice
Do you want
thing.
to do a yes/no on that? And
Yeah,
sure
let's
deck,
do a yes/no, and I'm going to use the Tarot of the Cat People.
All right, good deck.
We'll see what happens. Will you travel abroad? Well, I've been to one other country besides this one, and that's Canada, which is very close. It's just
Yes.
over the border. We could get there in 10 or 15 minutes on a...
Well, the
Not
bridge
so busy
gets
traffic
backed
day.
up a lot, but
It
they're
does,
going to build
right.
another bridge, I think.
If there wasn't all of that, we would get there in about 15 minutes. But there's the stop at customs and all that stuff. We haven't done it in a few years now.
Oh, I
down to
love Canada. I do.
love Canada.
our Canadian friend
Which
who
one?
used to come a lot. The one who worked at the casino.
Oh, the casino lady.
What is her
Nicole? No,
No.
I forgot her
Oh
name.
my gosh, it's been so long.
It has been a while.
We'll know when she comes back.
I know. We'll say, oh yeah. Do you remember Violet? The gal from a Canadian casino. I just am not recalling her name at the moment. But yeah, she used to come almost every show for a while, or she would miss once in a while and then come back.
Marcia.
Marcy.
Something, I think.
No,
Yeah.
we were just asking about Marcy, whose name we had temporarily forgotten.
I think it was Marcia.
Marcia. Because we were saying Marcia, and she said, no, it's Marcia.
Susie is another follower, I think. Aha, see? Yep.
All right.
Took me a while.
Well, you're going to have to do the counting.
Oh, okay, I can.
Ooh, excuse me. It's almost nap time. Not really.
Well, it's mixed bag. It's leaning towards yes. You have two aces, the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Swords reversed. But then we have the Rejuvenation card, Judgment, reversed. And so I'm not sure what to make of that. Maybe it's possible you could travel, but maybe with the Judgment card reversed here, Angel Mary, in December, it's saying, is it really in your best interest to do so? Do you really need to think about this more? I mean, because you said, well, you travel abroad in December, and it's December already. So, I mean, maybe you need to rethink or reschedule?
It's
what do you think?
possible that if you did that, maybe the purpose of your trip, whether it's just enjoyment or if there are some, scoping out business or education prospects, is just not going to turn out the way you want, perhaps. And that so that if you did travel, you may not enjoy either the purpose of the trip or the result of it as much. It may be that what you may have really wanted to accomplish won't quite happen for you. So let's look at the Lenormand to see if we can clear any of that up.
See if what that says. Yeah, interesting.
Well, I hope Marcia is okay wherever she is, whatever has happened. I'm sure she'll be back someday.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so our first card was the Moon. Hello, Sunman. Hello. And the second one was the Fish.
Well, I think if you have the resources to do so, maybe that things will turn out okay. It's just that, I don't know, I wonder about this. Or,
Could it be indicating that maybe there might be a possible relationship idea behind this, like getting to meet somebody or something involving that resonance?
Well, it's interesting because the fish also is kind of about flow because they swim through the water. And so, I think overall, personally, your trip might be successful, but is it really in your best interests at this time? Maybe there's other reasons for this. Whether it's prices of airline tickets, holiday rush, weather conditions that could cause delays, especially excuse me, if you're traveling by plane, for example. So you got to take everything into consideration and determine if it's in your best interests. It's kind of iffy, but I feel like there may be some positives here. I don't know if this means you would find a job abroad, or if you're looking for a job abroad, it might be more successful than if you're looking for something else. Because really, to me, the Moon and the Lenormand is more about, employment success than it is about love and romance. There is
Okay.
an element to that.
Thanks
but-
for that reminder
Yeah.
then, because we know in the past, Angel Mary, you have asked questions that are similar to this or encounter tangential subjects, traveling with education or job prospects. So it could happen. Will it be, in my view, worthwhile? Is maybe dubious a little bit.
I guess it depends what you're looking for.
Yeah.
And so that might be the clincher here. And like I said, it may be more successful if you're focusing on, looking for work, or maybe if you're doing studies, I suppose it could be indicative of that, but it's really more of a kind of a work-related card.
So
That's what we have for you. I hope that makes some sense for you, Angel Mary. Good luck with that. And we're up to Viddy. And Viddy has asked, how can I be more true to myself? That's a nice question.
Yes, it is. All right. So that'll be your deck.
Yep. Grab one.
You're welcome, Angel Mary. All right.
You are welcome. Well, so I tried to predict. I did very brief reading the Michigan game yesterday. Was I successful? Well, I kind of think so, because I did a yes-no reading like we just did for Angel Mary here, and I asked outright, will the University of Michigan win and their record remain undefeated? And I got 3 aces, so you can't get more direct than that. But then I threw some cards to look at different angles from both teams, and actually both of them weren't that great. So I was really puzzled, and in the middle I threw a final card, and it was the Wheel of Fortune, which indicated to me that fate and destiny had a lot to do with this. And I think it's just saying this is Michigan's year, This was their destiny. They achieved it this year. Everything fell in place for them. And But it was interesting that the game stayed close in the first half, because my cards kind of indicated that Michigan had to watch it and make sure they didn't lose focus and that they didn't take anything for granted with Purdue, because Purdue really wanted to win this game. And so they both did, but I think Purdue really had a stake in this. And so it was kind of interesting the way it turned out. All right, so the Page of Cups is reversed. The World is upright. And the Nine of Wands is upright. Well, this is a very interesting reading. How do you stay true to yourself? I could read this a couple of different ways. How you could be true to yourself, number one, is to finish what you've started. I'm going to give you some various ideas, and then later I might pull it together after Mr. O goes. Is maybe to finish what you've started. See things through to completion. Make sure you're well prepared, that everything is in place as you tackle your goals and dreams. And the Page of Cups reversed is saying, try to really focus more of your intentions and your ideas on what's here. Don't just live in your dream world. Don't just live there fantasizing about what you desire and what you want. Make it happen.
Well, I think it's a little bit of that, but I think it's also the idea too that you do need to have some abstracts in terms of a mystical view of life. That's the Page of Cups, whether reversed or not to me. So you do need to have room for that in your life, because I think it brings you closer to a sense of perfection and completion that is the world. So I think that is something really valuable for you to take in at this point. And I think that it also helps you to understand that a lot of life is a struggle for, being in control. And so understanding some of this mystical edge there, and using that to sort of work with that more balanced view of moving towards perfection and completion, you'll get there. You just shouldn't necessarily expect it to be very easy, that it really is, you're in for the long haul in a way.
Yeah, I like that. I also see here, that another aspect of this to me is how you can be true to yourself is to not let the little emotional upsets of everyday life get to you and pull you off your game. Don't let little things stop you from, completing your projects or attaining the success that is rightfully yours. This is also when it's about preparation too, but it's also in a way about setting standards for yourself, or setting boundaries. I don't know, maybe standards more than boundaries is like, make a plan, handle your matters in a certain way and carry them through.
When I see the wheel here, and it's sort of
not the wheel, it's the world.
The world, I'm sorry.
All right.
But it looks like Shiva or somebody like that who has many arms or things, and there's a spinning motion there, and I'm thinking the spinning motion is sort of creating a sense of a shield and or a deflection against the things that want to take you down. And so be more true to yourself by maybe deflecting more easily criticisms or things that seek to derail you or chip away at your sense of being able to take care of yourself.
Very good. Like that, Mr. O.
Thank you.
All right.
The greeting card, which is like the letter.
Trying to figure this out.
And the house.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time fitting this in with, okay, how can you be true to yourself? Well, I think the thing to do is to focus on, some of the other things you need to do is to make yourself feel safe and secure, and I'm just trying to figure out how the greeting card fits.
I think in this sense, the letter is symbolic of the idea of how we communicate our own desires with ourselves, whether it's subconsciously or consciously.
Got an idea. Go ahead.
And so therefore, let your sense of home, of value around you from family or whoever that is, also inform or have the dialogue within yourself to be this, to seek to balance criticisms or things that, wobble you one way or the other, that keep you from being true to yourself. And that really, this is saying the only true way to be true to yourself is to listen more to yourself than to others, perhaps.
Be comfortable, be true to yourself, be secure. I really feel here, you should probably consider keeping a journal. And I feel here that this journal should be filled with positive things about yourself, the things about yourself that you believe are your strengths, your strong points. And as a matter of fact, as you go about your days, every day you should take a look at, how you are proceeding towards what you really desire in life, and what was your strong point in that day in making it happen. Even if it's just saying, well, today I got myself up out there and I applied for a job, or I I read a book today, or I decided to go out and be social. You know, what is it that you did that was something that was a strength? Or even that I trusted myself to make an important decision.
You know, I like that. That's really good. I think you tied it together well. I love this idea about the journal. I think the idea that the Lenormand brings practical, real life things into focus, whether they're actual situations you can resolve or ideas or strategies, or if they're just things you just need to be aware of. And so in that sense, I think the greeting card, which is the letter, sort of coincides with the Page of Cups, which is really about messages or thoughts informing us. And although this one may be saying like be more practical, less idealistic, or in my mind find the balance between those, I think it is still saying really that idea of charting this somehow, so that you can see your patterns and be more true to yourself, because you realize where your strengths really are, where your weaknesses really are as you chart them. Bam!
Nice. All right, that's what we have for you. Good luck with that.
All
And
right.
Mr. Maurice is up.
Mr. Maurice, hello.
Hello indeed. All right. Your deck, Mr. O.
Yes, I'm going to use the Tarot of the Animal Lords.
Sonny is back your way.
He is back my way.
I like this arrangement. Will it ever come back?
We can try it again.
I
It
like the
means-
way the cats were sitting around it in the beginning.
Well, I
That
like
was
it too,
really
but
awesome.
when I have to move over too far this way, then
Oh.
I'm sort of distracted from the camera. But it's something I can work with. I can still work with it. We have more light coming in that window there, so it's sort of blocking things. Mr.
Yawning.
Maurice
Mr.
probably got
Maurice,
a
are you
little
with
tired
us?
of waiting. I can't blame him. We were kind of long-winded there.
We're doing all right. It's not even 3 yet. What?
It's true, I know that.
And I'm already on the bottom part of the list here.
Alrighty.
Unless I missed some names, but no.
No, you don't count down yet.
Hang on a minute, Violet. Trying to think, do we have any other announcements? Well, of course.
Let's make all our regular ones.
Running around the same time, we're going to be doing the Yule ritual is our monthly modality message.
That is correct.
So that will be coming up on the 19th as well.
But we
How are
have
we
but
gonna
to
fit all
ask,
this
and
in?
Mr. Maurice is there, so thank you. I also see we have Dune.
Mr. Dune,
Oh, you
or
have nothing
Ms.
to be
Dune.
sorry
Hi,
about.
Dune. We can add you, absolutely.
You have nothing to be sorry about.
Just be
Mr.
patient
Maurice.
with us. Okay, Mr. Maurice. General reading for 6 weeks. All right.
Well, that'll take us into the end of the first week or so of January. By then, maybe a lot of the fray has ended with the holidays and all that. The bill will be in the mail for the holidays.
Not to check, sadly. I think I was only at one job in my entire library life that gave a bonus at Christmas time.
In the medical?
Yeah. And that was the Mott Center one.
Well, didn't we used to get something from Dr. H over at Detroit Macomb?
Not
Somebody else
money.
got it?
Never got money.
No, not money. I think there was
Talking
like
about a bonus.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was talking about Christmas gift.
I got Christmas gifts from different places, but I'm talking about a bonus.
Yeah. I was notified that I had a raise one year at the end of the year, but it wasn't really like a bonus. It was just because it was trying to give me a raise. Hello, boy.
Ah, that's great, Violet.
Oh, that's really cool.
Can you grab it from here, or should I pick them up for you?
No, I got it.
Okay.
Well, how about if you do it? You're a little closer to
Okay.
that too, actually, than I am, but I'll
Yeah, I
still
can do
take
it.
them.
Well, I can try. All right, so Mr. M, perfect winter card for hibernation. We have the Hermit. Cute. Is that in there? No, of course not.
About there.
And then we have the Knight of Swords reversed. Uh-oh. And then we have the King of Swords reversed. Holy cow.
Oh.
So the next 6 weeks, why not just duck and cover?
Duck and cover, oh dear.
It's not that traumatic. However, Mr. Maurice, you're going to have to be very careful watching the decisions you make and not acting too much in haste. If, whatever comes your way, whatever crisis or even normal thing in everyday life you have to deal with, make sure you think about what you're doing, because if you go into this with an unclear, with no clarity of thought, and you just want to get through something, get it done, let's just get this over with sort of attitude, it's not going to work out well for you. And the Hermit kind of reinforces that here. The Hermit is about seeking wisdom, seeking guidance, maybe taking this time to do a lot of self-reflection. Maybe this is a time to do a lot of self-assessment and figure out what your next moves truly should be rather than implementing anything at this time.
Well, I look at the Hermit card and I wonder if it could just be saying that, like, maybe some people, you're not super enthralled with the holidays, and so the next 6 weeks may be saying that you're going to go inward more and understand the significance, if there is any for you, on a more internal, heartfelt level, spiritual level even, rather necessarily than the more traditional commercialistic trappings of Christmas time. But it could also just be saying, too, that in this next 6 weeks, you are going to want to really analyze or think over, reprocess, various things in your life. And, of course, maybe, what you've shared with us the most is, of course, your search for, promotion or for different employment. And I wonder if one of the things you'll find is that maybe you might deem that you were overly aggressive in some ways, though I don't know if that's really true or if it's just maybe impressions you're getting from the overall situation. Maybe you weren't really overly aggressive or something like that, but maybe some things made you feel that way. But over here, though, with that King of Swords reverse, maybe what you're looking at too is just that maybe there was something different you should have been applying your energies toward. You should have chosen a different path necessarily than the one you did. Maybe you're going to be analyzing things like that in the next 6 weeks too. And I took as long as you did.
I'm not. I'm thinking. With both of these swords reversed here, Mr. Maurice, I'm thinking of this rather personally, and I really feel here this might also be saying, as you're doing your self-analysis and as you're looking at life and things, don't be too hard on yourself. This could be a hypercritical, either you're maybe thinking too harshly about others, or you're being too hard on yourself. And it's time to lighten that up a little bit and maybe dive deeper than these surface feelings. And why are you feeling so hypercritical, either about situations or people or yourself? Maybe that needs to be looked at and addressed.
So, Lenormand just wants to jump out of my hands here. And I noticed Ramandeep has joined us. Hi there.
Hi, Ramandeep.
All right, so in Lenormand, the first one is the bouquet.
Ooh, I like that.
And then it's followed by the bear.
So, I think right now, doing that self-assessment, going within, maybe, having some time to yourself to really decide and determine where you're going to go next will be very self-empowering for you. This could also be a time of increase for you financially. I seem to remember you said something about you might get a little money. I don't know if you've received that yet or not, but that could be coming. But also, this could also indicate that this self-empowerment, the sense of really assessing your next steps and your moves and taking control of that will bring you great joy and happiness.
I think so too. I think that the bear is a sign of strength, and I do feel it is following maybe from some of what we have both suggested is, Christmas time can be a time for people to do self-assessment or revision, refashion themselves for the next year, that kind of thing. And I think so you find that really the idea of no matter or not whether you thought you may have been overly aggressive or you misapplied your energies, you will realize still, though, your strength, your driving, motivating factors are your gift, whether or not you always use them exactly the way you should have. Hindsight is 2024, everyone, even tarot card readers. So I think it's
true.
the idea too is that we just live and learn, and realizing that you have that strength regardless of whether or not you don't always apply it exactly the way you mean to is probably the key moment here.
That's what we have for you, Mr. Maurice. Good luck with that. And, Violet, why are you saying you're looking at Mr. O? You should be looking at me on that.
I was going to say something.
Aren't I the troublemaker there?
She thinks I have influence with you, or maybe she wishes, because I certainly wish I did too.
Indeed. Happy holidays to you as well, Mr. M.
Happy holidays, Mr. Maurice.
Don't forget, everybody, the Journey of the Fool ritual will also be a reading of sorts for the collective. And if you bring your own tarot cards to that reading, you can do your own reading along with it. So keep that in mind. If you are a reader yourself, you might find this a lot of fun. All right. So we are on, buddy, I believe. Yeah.
All right.
All right, just making sure I got my list in order.
Oh, you did? Okay. What's coming to them in the next 6 months?
Okay.
Thank you, Violet.
All right, I haven't used you yet.
He's very chill today.
Well, he likes the space.
Yeah, I guess that's what it is.
So I think you ought to really remember this one.
Mm-hmm. I think the only thing I need to change is the camera's orientation to our viewing area.
Okay.
So once I figure out the best way to do that, I could accommodate all this, maybe.
It's worked out very well for me. I've been shuffling quite a bit on the table for once.
I'm not.
Oh, well, me sorry. But maybe you don't need... How many decks do you have today?
I brought out 6.
Okay. Well, it's true I have my oracles besides, so I guess 4, 5, 6. I guess you could count it at that. All right.
I could do that, Violet.
Oh no, to their left. Are you sure?
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
All right, what do we got here? Well, hey, we've got the 6 of Pentacles upright. This was about the next 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
We've got the Magician reversed. We have the 5 of Cups upright. So, I hate to think, buddy, that you will be 6 months from now still being sorrowful about things that you've had to let go or leave behind, like is it the Libra?
Right, the Libra question.
Yeah.
It's 2 5s also, right?
There is, no, this is 6, and that's the Magician.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is
Yeah.
the 6 of Pentacles.
Got it.
So, let me try to break this down a little bit, because maybe it's not about that, because I see some other things here. You know, I believe I'm almost looking... I'm going to be all over the place with the way I read these, because I'm feeling something here. This 6 of Pentacles is really important. I think for the next 6 months, you are looking to balance and... is that what's really needed, or was it the card angle that needed to be fixed? Well, I guess that would be it. Okay. Am I in it all?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So at any rate, I think here that flow in your life is going to be really important, and finding the balance with your finances in particular, trying to generate income or money, maybe find that job, whatever the case may be. I think material matters are going to predominate here, and I feel as though maybe you're allowing some past difficulties or disappointments, things that, maybe fell through for you, that are blocking you from making this flow positive. And it's time now to deal with that. You have to realize that all is not lost here. You may have had setbacks in your life, but all is not lost here. You truly have something to build on, and you need to focus on that. And it's hard for you to attain that focus and trust and believe in yourself. The most important thing to work on in this next 6-month period is believing in yourself and your ability to manifest the, financial, material flow that you need moving forward.
Right. I can't necessarily recap all of this, but I agree with it. And I feel that the Magician Reverse is the key card. And this is about you finding a way to stabilize yourself, that there's aspects of what you want to manifest that you're not totally mastered yet, would be a nice way of saying that. Some of this has to do with the emotional situations that are hard for you to let go of at this time, and or their connection to the past, because to some degree you still see them as valid gifts to you in a way. And of course, we should never forget our memories or how they make us feel, but we do have to remember sometimes we have to move on beyond them when some of that is gone. So I think this is really about honing in your willpower, your determination, your bravery to face the issues you need to face in a way. And I'm going to make another adjustment on the light, the camera again.
Yeah, because we look a little angled.
Yeah. Well, I thought everyone knew I was crooked.
I feel like I'm...
Is that better?
No. This way.
Look at that one.
No. No, the other way. I'm sorry. Ah, almost. Yes. Yes. No, why'd you do that?
You're looking at the wrong monitor. This is the real monitor.
Trust me.
Which way?
I think it's fine. It's so much better than it was. Would you go back and look? And stop playing with stuff. It's just slightly lopsided now. Slightly. Oh my God, he's going to mess it up. I know he is.
Just tightening the nuts like you do, only you do it differently. Hello, everybody. It's time to play Truth or Consequences.
All right. Let's see what we've got here. And buddy,
Aren't you closer?
the star. The lady.
Let her smile, 'cause she's a lady.
So I don't know if this is you or this is somebody else in your life, but I feel as though, I think this is you. And I feel as though there is, a renewed sense of optimism. Maybe it's going to take the majority of that time to get there. Maybe not. Maybe as you, start to believe in yourself more, optimism returns. Things just start seeming to fall into place.
I saw that title. Okay, so I more or less agree with that. I don't know exactly if that's you, but somebody is looking at better prospects. And it's kind of funny because it does go against the grain of the rest of the reading. I did feel that there were some good things to pull out there, but it really depended on what you can bring to this in terms of those things that we were talking about, the skills or or the determination that you bring. So I think this is saying there are two sides to this coin, and that some of this is about, the issues you need to work on, maybe moving beyond past connections or emotional ties that aren't going to reweave themselves, and just looking at the hope that you can find. So
that's what we have for you. Good luck with that.
I do too, Violet. I need lunch. I had a bowl of cereal, but that wasn't good enough. I need dinner. Oh, thank you. What should I do with those?
Oh, sorry. All right. So we're moving on to V.
V is up next and asked for general reading for the rest of the year.
All right.
So that's on me. And I'm going to use my Tarot of the Ages since I haven't used it yet. I also brought the Tarot of the Mermaids, but I haven't used that yet either. This is a well-used deck of mine. I love it. There you go.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay, the rest of the year. Hermit reversed, the King of Wands. Whoops.
I want a Wendy's peppermint
Frosty.
That's what I want right now.
General reading for the rest of the year for V. Okay, you have the Hermit reversed, you have the King of Wands upright, and you have the Six of Coins reversed. So it almost feels like that the rest of the year is going to kind of draw you out of your own solitude, if there is one, or will be more worldly in general, the Hermit reversed. And then I think there's something here about the money flow too, because I feel like, with the holidays, for most people, there's gift buying and receiving and or sense of obligation to throw parties or go to events or things like that. So the King of Wands sort of suggests to me that this is your element for the rest of the year, that in a way there's a sense of charisma and or happiness, and you're bringing magnetic feeling to this. You're displaying more the worldly aspects. That's the Hermit reversed again.
Yeah, I almost feel as though you might be more social or out with people, getting together with people and maybe sharing knowledge or wisdom, or just, all the chatter. It just seems like there's some socializing going on here. You are going to have to kind of manage your cash flow. I think the King of Wands is saying here, take charge, take control of that. I also feel the King of Wands speaks to this situation as well, in that you will be, people will be finding you very attractive. If you are looking for relationships or just want to be seen in a better light, this holiday season seems like it's going to bring out some really good qualities for you, and you're going to shine in front of others. I think it's very, very positive overall. However, it's warning about cash flow, and I can relate to that with the holidays. I'm still trying to figure out, with all the things I bought for myself, how I'm going to buy my gifts for my family. So at any rate, that's what I'm saying. Be wary, though, as you get out and about, or you spend time with family and you're gift giving, gift buying, that, there's even exchanges going on here. Don't buy things unnecessarily, and don't really, and sometimes you got to make sure you're also receiving as well as giving.
That's the first one. So there's a mice card followed by the whip.
All right. Well, I am going to have to say one thing, though, via little admonition here. You know, as you get out and about and you socialize, be wary. You know, this December, there's a lot of different things going on. This respiratory virus, the flu, COVID is still out there. I could almost see a quick, I don't think this will be anything serious, but a quick sick spell. You might get run down. You know, maybe it's just fatigue and you're run down and you're too stressed from some of the running around you're doing. So my advice would be to pace yourself. The mice can also be about petty little issues, and that could involve the money. Perhaps you've overspent. So that's why I'm saying definitely watch your cash flow and where it's going.
Right. I would have to say that too, that really, the other thing too could be saying that anything that is irritating about the next 6 weeks will probably move quickly, and or resolutions are just moving beyond it.
That's what we have for you, V. Good luck with that.
Good luck, V. And I'm just standing because it makes it easier for me to work with the cards and the orange meatloaf that is here.
Now he knows my pain. Hey, Title, you are up.
Hi, Title.
During this, oh gosh, Mercury's going retrograde either on the 30th or 31st. I believe it's the 30th. Am I right? I saw that on my calendar.
On December?
Yes.
Is it a little soon for that?
I
No,
thought
it's
so
not.
too. But there it is.
And then Violet's going to start on her shadow of and pre-shadow of.
Oh my gosh. Mr. O can't take the shadows.
Nope.
The 29th. Okay. All right.
Yow.
Thought my calendar said the 30th, but I'll check that. Yeah, I got one of those Llewellyn
Too
astrological
soon. It
calendars.
seemed like we just got over the last one. No! I know that's right.
Yeah, welcome the new year.
Holy tomatoes.
Yep, you will be next after this one, Estelle. So be ready.
Title, what is your astrology? What is your sun sign if you know it?
Of course they know it. Here.
Of course they know it. Damn you, Mercury retrograde.
Arr.
We have to say that like a real grumpy Charlton Heston.
Way to start 2023. I know.
I know, yeah, really.
That's going to be a 3-year for me. I think I'm in a 2-year right now.
You know, I think
But
that's
come
our...
my birthday, it's going to be a 3-year.
I think December 29th is our friend's birthday. The one that got us the tickets.
And December 30th is my brother's death day.
You're a Cancer, okay.
Cancer. All right. Okay, we have the 6 of Swords reversed. That's so typical for Mercury retrograde. And if that isn't interestingly enough, Title, you have the Tower reversed.
Yo, these are not good. I'm sorry.
But lo and behold, you also have the Ace of Swords upright. Well,
Godspeed, as they say.
You know, the best way to come out of this Mercury retrograde on top, which is what this looks like here, you know, the only way to achieve victory through this Mercury retrograde is to slow down, you know, is to maybe go back, This is the Six of Swords reversed. So to go back and, look at, because this is the start of the new year. Out with the old, in with the new, but not necessarily in this case. You have to go back and take a look at some things that you have been through in this past year, I feel. It's time to reevaluate and assess. And what better time than during the Mercury retrograde than to, go within and figure out what you needed to learn that maybe you have not processed yet. There's some message through something you've gone through, whether, a tower moment of some sort, some crisis, some unexpected occurrences and how you dealt with them, that you need to revisit and look at and take something from to carry you to victory in the new year.
Okay, and Eleni, I think we can put you on the list, and Violet, let's close the list.
You can close
here.
it after that.
Let's close the list, theoretically.
Yep.
It's kind of interesting title, because when I see that Eight of Swords, I sort of feel like, oh, this just means you need to power your way through
It's the Six of Swords.
I meant that one.
Oh.
That's the Eight of Swords?
It's the Ace.
Ace of Swords. I thought you said eight.
No.
Well, you blew me away.
That's why I emphasize victory.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
I'm sorry.
Well, it still may mean that a part of this reading suggests you have to power your way through this, but
That's
not
true.
necessarily with speed in mind. What this is saying really is that if you are able to get over the fact that there's a lesson you haven't been able to learn, and that's all Mercury retrograde in and of itself, that maybe you can achieve this victory, but it may involve a number of things, one of which is still going back to whatever it is that Mercury retrograde screwed up for you or is screwing up in terms of your understanding. So it's really important that maybe this is probably about a specific goal or victory you are trying to achieve, and that it could still be successful, but there are some things about it that you haven't quite understood, or that as this is developing, you will definitely need to make sure you understand. Sorry about that.
You covered that well. I
Okay.
like that. Let's see what we can add with the Lenormand. All right.
Violet, you're a joy, and we owe you so much. So hang around long enough and we may repay that.
Well, title,
Oh dear. The mistletoe, which is the heart, right?
yes. Pick it up. Pick it up.
I did. Oh, and look at that.
I know.
The
So you-
acorns, which is luck. Clover.
So it's interesting here. We've told you to go back, but I do want to say this Mercury retrograde period, might be, it's almost as if it may present you
I want a veggie burger. Sorry.
with an opportunity to go after something you truly desire. Yes, you have to do a little bit of backpedaling and backtracking to figure out the message you need to take away into this new year, but I almost feel like there may be some synchronistic moment during this retrograde where you can seize on an opportunity of some sort that presents itself.
I think we have to remember that not every Mercury retrograde, indeed, not even most of them, spells curtains for all of us. That a lot of times Mercury retrogrades present challenges that will really give us something valuable, whether it's a teaching or understanding, or whether it paves the way for an actual development we're trying to achieve. So this could be saying that in terms of something you really care about, whether it's a person or a thing, there will be this possible synergistic moment, especially if you do some of those things that we're talking about.
So, I kind of, like Mr. O mistook this, I kind of read this in a way like the Eight of Cups instead of the Six of Swords. What I really want to add here is, so if you feel like you're stuck, or that maybe, things are at a standstill, it's because you do have to go back. You have to go back and revisit some situation that you'd gone through, I think, in the past, 6 to 8 months, maybe sometime during the last year to achieve, in order to move forward and achieve a victory. And I really feel here, this may tie into that once
really
you make
important.
that breakthrough, once you've taken away, excuse me, what you need to take away from the previous year, you will be able to move forward and in a positive direction towards something you desire, whether it's a relationship or whether it's something more material. Now, wish you luck with that. Wow, what are you up to?
Dropsy.
All right, well, we're just a bundle of nerves today on the show.
I want a veggie burger.
Want a veggie burger? Just stop. Who's talking about all the food out here? Kara's not even here.
Someone else's then, obviously.
All right. It's been a long year. I don't know. I was shocked it was December, actually. That went by too fast for me this year. I just didn't accomplish everything I needed to. You are very welcome, Title. A cell is up.
How does Alabek see you romantically? All right. So I will use the Mermaid's Tarot.
Okay.
Because I believe it's a nice deck to use for questions about heartfelt emotional matters.
I still want that peppermint frosty. But there are many things I want and I don't get.
Yes, remember what my mom used to say? Here you go.
Yes, we needn't repeat it 1,000 times.
No, we won't. You're welcome, Tidal Wave. It has been a long year.
Not for me. Not long enough. We could stretch these years out a little bit now. At my age, I'm always looking for more time. All right.
The Seven of Cups.
Oh, okay.
The reversed Nine of Pentacles.
9? Okay.
Yes, 9. And then the reversed Page of Cups.
Oh. How does Alabek feel about you romantically, right?
Right.
Well, I don't know, Asal. I kind of feel here the Seven of Cups kind of bothers me in this position, It was almost as if I feel here like you were one of many choices.
That's exactly what I feel too.
You are one of many choices that they have or they felt they had to choose from. And they felt as though something just was missing. Or maybe that there was too much. I could go either way on this. I got to think about it in relation to this card. But I think you're going to know what I mean when I say this. That either something was missing or maybe it was just too much of a good thing.
Well, when I look at the Seven of Cups, I could say that, yeah, you were one of many, but it could also just say they weren't ready for you. They weren't ready to choose you.
That's a good point,
They
too.
didn't see you romantically that way, perhaps. It sort of feels that way, too, with the Nine of Pentacles, that this just really talks more about them than you specifically, but how you relate to them. The idea that maybe they didn't want to be building a life with you. They weren't thinking about it.
It's interesting because this could also mean that they were very, very, how do we want to say this, non-committal?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I just don't think that they wanted to build a life with you, or possibly anyone, at least at that time. But we'll say it's you just because that's what it seems to have been. So then with the Page of Cups reversed, this may indicate that they really didn't have, at least in terms of you, they don't have an orientation towards a romantic or emotional appreciation of you. It's not there now. It may not have been there before.
Well, I think the impressions of you are that, as far as love goes, there may have been some detachment here. I know you're asking about their impressions of you. They seem very detached emotionally in a way. Like maybe to me, there might have been a more physical attraction, but where's the emotions with the Page of Cups reversed? That's what I feel here as Sal.
Right, and in a way, even the Nine of Pentacles reversed could just say that they may have liked more a material aspect of the relationship.
That could be.
It's not a major indicator that way, but the Seven of Cups probably is in a way too, that they're just not really ready to choose emotionally what could be in their best interest, or they don't know what that is.
So it's hard for me to totally get a beat. I want to see what he gets with the Lenormand. I'm going to be very curious about this.
So it is the scythe is the first one, and of course that scythe is directly pointing at the stork.
I think...
So romantically, I suppose they didn't really feel this was going to work out for them, that they felt that as an opportunity, a new thing happening, they didn't see that happening, that maybe they weren't interested, or that they were actually working at removing that situation. So maybe it's possible they were never sincere at all, that maybe they were always working at removing themselves, the scythe, from the situation.
So I think the impressions of you, even if they are now, because that's really, I think, what you're looking at here, is that you're just one of the people that they were with. I mean, I don't know that, my feeling is that they're not feeling anything special here other than what I feel might be more of a physical attraction rather than an emotional attraction. And that they just didn't sense
a life.
Sort of a life together, or feelings of staying together. This, to me, I'm struggling with this a little bit here. I really feel as though, because the stork is about new beginnings, the stork is about maybe even pregnancy or childhood, but there's the scythe. It's almost as if they did not want this to happen. They did not want this to go anywhere. That's what it seems like to me. They cut this off before it could get any deeper.
Yeah, pretty much.
And so, I understand I'm blending some of the past with the present here, but it's kind of how I see that.
The romantic feelings were probably mostly fixed around the physical you, and not about the total picture of you, romantic or spiritual aspects of yourself. They may have enjoyed being with you for more physical reasons.
Yeah. That's the best I can, that we can get from this, Cecile. Good luck with that.
All right. And Pragati asks, what can they expect in the next 2 months, and what actions should they take?
All right.
You're good.
For what again?
Pragati.
Oh, Pragati. Okay, and what was it again?
What can I expect in the next 2 months,
2
and
months.
what actions to take?
Okay. I guess I'll go back to this one.
And Sunman is at attention here. Don't know what it is he's looking at, but it's kind of interesting.
I think you know who on the...
Oh,
Yeah.
were you going to go over there and bother them?
On my snuggly. Probably going to push her off again. and then she'll come here, and then he'll follow her here.
Well,
Am I right? Am I right, man? Little Sonny? All right. Come here, Sonny. Come on. Come on back here.
that's what make him dive at it.
No, I'm just trying to get his attention so he'll come. And instead he's just watching. He's like, I'm too lazy to move right now. You don't feed me enough anymore. There he
You're
goes.
welcome, Estelle.
Oh, silly. Oh, no, don't sit your butt on the camera. No. So pretty. I know you are. Hey. Just
You're right
wanted-
on time, Brigatti. Thank you.
It's the Ace of Wands.
It's
Upright.
the Ace of Wands, which is upright.
And it's the Six of Wands upright.
The Six of Wands.
But the Knight of Pentacles is reversed.
The Knight of Pentacles, reversed.
Okay, so what do you need to know about the next 6 months, right? Or be prepared for next 2 months? What action to take? Well, I think prepare yourself. Prepare yourself for, for new opportunities that may appear out of the blue. Prepare yourself and be ready for them. Because if you're not ready for them, you may miss an opportunity that could either bring you more money or bring you some career or job opportunity that you're really looking forward to.
Six of Wands really talks about a victory vibe for you. And I think
I screwed up.
Yeah, I know. And I
did.
was gently...
Thank you.
And then with the Ace of Wands too, I think this is saying what you need to know is that there's something starting that has started, that you will be starting, that maybe shows some good signs of success here. It seems like if nothing else, it could just be an arrangement with people, like just a community or a small group of people coming together for a purpose. Maybe they're doing community work of some sort. What was that one? That was the Knave?
It's the Knight.
The Knight.
Got the horse.
And I'm wondering too, maybe that this is really saying that some of these people you may be drawn to work with, but not necessarily for anything other than business. That's the one thing too, that maybe from an emotional point of view, some of them are not the easiest to get along with, but I think you need to know that in order to just cement yourself to the idea that you are working towards a similar purpose, whatever it may be, and that, the inclination is you should all put your best feet forward.
Right, exactly. There's no, I think the next 2 months may be more active for you. There's no time for you to, how do I say this, to, I'm stuck. All right, so I kind of messed up on this card. What I wanted to add is, and when I'm looking at these two together here, this is very, very positive. I mean, you have the chance for an opportunity to make something happen, a new beginning in your life, a fresh start, whether it's in career, whether it's in romantic matters. And this is a time where you could really be recognized for the skills and talents you bring to the table, or for who you are, if this is a relationship matter. But this is not a time to get lazy. This is not a time to get stuck. This is a time to trying to keep the door open and work towards making room or making putting yourself in a position to be there when these opportunities surface.
I think this is separate from romance. I think these are people that maybe you could be associated with that you don't really necessarily feel a great emotional bond with. So this could be separate from a relationship. It could be a friendship that maybe down the road might be, but I don't really feel that.
I don't see heavy romantic vibes here. I threw that out there because the Ace of Wands can often indicate that. But considering it's around the Pentacle and another Wand card, which relates to victory and achievement and accomplishment, it almost seems more career-oriented or maybe goal-oriented.
I suggested that it could just be working with people on a mutual concern, like something for your neighborhood or your community or co-workers or something like that. It is about people, and it could be more tightly grouped people, but it's not necessarily romantic in my opinion.
Well, let's see what the Lenormand has. You know, this is a general reading for the next couple months. Sometimes things like that might surface here.
And it could be saying that, you know, sometimes the people you work with, you know, you feel better about because they don't put certain assumptions or limitations on you by thinking about romance. Not that romance ruins every relationship, but, well, you know what I mean, probably.
Oh, let's take a look here.
Uh-oh. Gingerbread. That's...
What's number 20? I'm testing him.
I failed. Is it
the
fox?
garden?
The garden. Sorry. That's the moon.
Yeah. So I think too in this next 2 months.
Maybe it is.
Well, you could be going to some type of social event, a big event, a wedding, some kind of celebration where possibly you could meet somebody romantic. I think this is just besides what's happening here. Or, on the other hand, it could also indicate that some social situation puts you in the right place for this opportunity, career-wise or job-wise, to manifest for you.
Well, you
it's
almost
one or
wonder,
the other.
You almost wonder then that if, you know, that happens, that these situations do kind of interflow, that Knight of Cups reverse maybe represents somebody who maybe you wouldn't normally find yourself drawn to romantically, but maybe because of the circumstance, you know, there is something that catches on.
Now, what I have said about the moon before in the Lenormand is that it can be involving career or employment. It can also involve romance, but I think it's really determinant about the cards it's around. There is a social element here, and there's a little bit of a romantic vibe here, but overall, I really think this is leaning more...
It's wedding season in India.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
And I think I knew that. How interesting.
So maybe you'll be attending some big gathering like that, and you could meet somebody.
I think
it's highly possible.
I don't know about India, but in America, it's kind of like one of those jokes or things that, you know, sometimes people meet each other at a wedding. They're in-laws to each other somehow, and they develop a romantic cohesion. So good luck if that's what it seems to be. I don't know. It could be about some other things too, though. You know, maybe just the idea of finding a new circle of friends that maybe have good mutual concerns for...
That's true. It could be a friendship. It could be, you know...
And that's what you said earlier.
It could even be a connection for a job. I mean, it could be one of these things where I think you will stand out to somebody, you know?
That's a good point, because that is the Six of Wands, really, in a way. And so is the Ace of Wands, like that, you know, sort of stellar, attractive.
But like Mr. O said, be sure to put your best foot forward, you know, show the best side of you.
All right.
And that's what we have. Good luck with that.
So Laura is next, I believe.
I believe you are
Something
correct.
new. That would be great, wouldn't it, Pragati?
Hey, Laura.
Hi, Laura.
What do the next few weeks of December have in store? Your deck, Mr. O.
I'm going to use the Tarot of the Cat People.
Okay. Hey, you're welcome.
You're welcome, Pragati.
hope something new for you too. It's always good to start out the new year with something new and exciting to look forward to. But we got to remember too, Mercury is going retrograde, and that tends to slow things down and mess up communications a bit.
But there are a few weeks before then, so maybe that's what the cards will show us for Laura or others who are asking. Everybody wants to know, how's the rest of the year going to go? It's true.
Sorry I brought it up again, Violet. I was pretty surprised when I saw it on my calendar. I'm like, no.
It's good to not think of it as a textbook for a prescription, but maybe just an indicator of where probabilities lie. That's what I always look at. Mercury retrograde just increases the probability that things screw up, like miscommunication. It doesn't mean it happens every single time. So we have to try to remember that. All right, so what's coming for Laura in the next few weeks? Okay, so there's the world reversed. Whoops, I didn't show that. There it is, the world reversed. The chariot reversed. Now he wants to go.
Yeah,
on.
I know. Now he goes there. The chariot is reversed. Uh-oh.
And then the Five of Wands upright. All right. Well, I get the feeling like the next few weeks you'll be taking stock and you'll say, mostly things have worked out, but you didn't quite get exactly where you wanted to, perfecting yourself or perfecting things around you. The world says you still want to do more. You still want to try to make more with more. And maybe some of that is the chariot reverse, that you felt that maybe your drive pooped out on you, your motivation. Maybe you didn't feel as motivated about some of the things you're trying to do, whether they're just accomplishments that need to happen or whether they're just the normal course of life. But maybe you weren't motivated because maybe you felt, that there were just too many people involved or too many frictions or distractions because of the nature of these things, that everybody, wanted to be the cook and say, no, you need more salt, you need more this, that kind of thing. Too many cooks spoil the broth, as they say.
Well, this is such an interesting combination here. Not necessarily in the best of ways, Laura, the chariot reversed in the world. Things are going to slow down a little bit for you. Maybe that's a good thing, maybe not, because it seems as though, as you hit this full stop, it kind of stops you from completing something you needed to get done, or you would have liked to have seen completed. And it may be that there's just different disruptions in your everyday life that just get in the way. Sometimes the Five of Wands mostly deals with conflict with others. Sometimes it can be constructive, sometimes not. But I think in this case, when I'm looking at these cards and how this is set up, I really feel that these are just things, whether it's people or whether it's just circumstances in your life, seem to be getting the better of you and bring some progress you were hoping to make to a halt. And if that doesn't sound very Mercury retrograde-like too, I don't know what does.
Yeah, and because some people believe that 2 weeks or maybe even more prior to that just start to present the idea. So some of these things may become more known to you as the next week or two starts to pass.
It is true, Eleni. Sunny takes over all the time.
Yeah. And then you should see it when our friend Kara is here.
We had both cats on earlier. Well, we have three, but our other cat, our black cat, was up here with Sunny. One was on one side and one was on the other.
Okay, so that's the first one.
Yeah.
So first we draw...
Oh, speaking of cats and dogs, there's a dog.
And then we draw the crossroads.
Wow. This is an interesting combination
I know.
here.
I'm stuck on that one.
Well, So in a way, this could involve people that are getting under your skin a little bit here. So maybe you're at the crossroads with somebody, over maybe constantly interfering with your progress or what you want to achieve is possible. But also, I think what this means is that, you are at a crossroads right now with trying to finish up what you started, and you feel like you're stuck. Maybe you're unsure of how to move forward. And I think the dog is here just to tell you, you got to trust yourself. You got to trust yourself and not let this stuff totally throw you off your game.
It may be that there's an intersection between these two qualities, that the things you want to accomplish are maybe being bothered by other people or other situations. But I think those final cards are saying that basically you have to really look at yourself, Mercury retrograde or not, and say, I am going to commit to trying to finish this. And, be that as it may, you may not succeed as much as you want, but in yourself, you'll feel like you remain true to that, even if, it feels, different for you.
You may feel very undecided about how to move things forward, with everything going on around you right now. And so you just have to, the dog can be about trust and loyalty as well as friendship. And so you just got to trust in yourself that in its time, you will complete this. It may take a little longer, but you will get there. But, right now, or, in these next towards the end of the month, you're going to feel this way. Like, how do I get out of this? How do I move forward when everything else is blocking me?
Because the Five of Wands can represent other people that maybe are friends, but maybe are not always friendly, the dog sort of resonated to that idea to me that maybe this was about a person or particular people. I'm still not sure, but I decided, Laura, to pull the bottom card from the regular deck, and it was the Ace of Cups, which is talking about, pleasurable things, good things happening to you. So it may be saying that if you follow through really with what you should do, that loyalty thing, ultimately you're going to really feel good that you have brought something forth. The world did sort of accomplish for you, but you really know you gotta kind of put more into that.
That's what we have for you, Laura. Good luck with that. I'm not sure what I can add to the ace. I would say...
I know, she hates when I do that.
Well, yeah, especially if I'm not expecting it or being told.
But you do that
just
too.
Do it.
You do that too.
Maybe
yes, you do.
sometimes.
Not as much as me.
At any rate, what I would say about that is to do things that are emotionally fulfilling for you right now.
Interesting.
Maybe get your mind off of the blockages and do something that's creative to, to break through
You're welcome.
any kind of, internal blocks that might be causing you to slow down.
Well, after Mercury goes direct again, things will move better, that's for sure.
Archiotes question is and asked when will I get my government job? Let's throw 3 cards on this. I'll do my cards, and then I brought my timeline cards and see if we can try to discern something from that. I'm hesitant to use them a little bit. I'll give my caveat when I do. I don't know which deck I want to use. I guess this one. All right.
Just a reminder, we will be back Thursday night too for more of fun reading, 7 to 9. We're also looking at our holiday schedule, some of the special little tweaks or programs we might be doing in addition to the Journey of the Fool. So pay attention.
There will also be some sales on yearly readings coming up. Stay tuned for that. I'll probably be posting things about that in about a week, I think. If all goes well. Suddenly, this last hour, I have been yawning a lot. I don't know why.
I
I had a
mostly
weird night of sleep, though. Really did.
listening to my stomach growl and somebody talking about a veggie burger.
Well, I'm talking about peppermint.
That's not eating.
It is for me.
You go then.
I guess Wendy's does not have the veggie
Wedgies?
burger.
I want a wedgie burger.
Wedgie burger. Oh my God.
I
Anyway.
know somebody I want to give a wedgie burger to.
All right. Stop that.
But it's
Gosh.
not you, though.
Here it is again. Now, how did that happen?
Huh.
Okay, so we're on Joy Tea. We've got the Chariot reversed.
Okay.
Oh,
flipped
no.
that. You flipped that.
What?
You did. I saw you. You turned it up.
Did I?
Yes. You
Then
went
it's
like,
this way.
yes.
Thank goodness for that. The Wheel of Fortune is reversed, is upright. Upright.
Make up
Right.
your mind.
All right. And the Ten of Wands is upright. That's
Oh, it's almost like another wheel because it's spokes and it's 10. Look at that.
So you're asking about when, and it's really interesting to me, Joy
Oh,
T,
yeah.
because the wheel is here, and the wheel has an element of time, but it might be saying when the time is right. You may feel stuck right now. We've got this Chariot reversed again, like things are going nowhere, and it feels heavy, like nothing is moving. I can't break through to find what I'm looking for. But I also feel, since the wheel is upright, that it's saying that, a breakthrough is possible. Hopefully sooner than you expect.
It's funny because there's wheels in the Chariot that look almost like the wheels of the Wheel of Fortune. And I get the
Yeah.
feeling like maybe this is something that's really bureaucratic, red tape. Of course, it would not surprise me. And so even though it seems like there's a good chance here that it could happen, the time frame and or the expediency or the reliability are a bit skewed. It may be possible that you'll also be told you don't exactly have what they're looking for, but that may be something that could be dealt with. I think it's really about the time matter that we're going to look into here. Because it seems like it's a lot of
Shuffle these and cut them.
red tape or things that are trying to tie it up.
Well, I
Not necessarily.
don't know that it's red tape, but there's just something holding
Yeah.
you from getting the job. Maybe just nothing is happening. There's nothing you're finding in your field right now that interests you, or whatever the case may be. Or if you're just looking for work, the job market may be tight. There are some burdens heavily associated with this. Perhaps you have other things in your life that may be holding you back from finding this progress. Oh my God, this is not what I want to see. But I look at just the number on here just to let you know. So it says 5 years. I don't believe it's going to take 5 years for you to get your job. What I think it could be, though, is 5 days, weeks, or months. I really feel like if we're looking at next year, the number 5 is very important here. And so it could also indicate the 5th day of a month, or a month that has, the number 5 in it. I really feel this is important.
Well, when you look at those 10s, though, 10s are twice times 5. Or if you cut them in half, they are V's, which are
Yeah,
another
that's really
Roman numeral
interesting in
5.
a way. True.
So I want to leave that idea of hope too, that what this mostly represents is that it could feel like 5 years because there's something really slow going on here, deliberate about the process, yet still I feel like maybe fate is more likely on your side. It's just the way the system goes.
With a lot of these cards, even if it says immediately, and it depends on what I see here, I definitely see there is some struggling to get here. So my personal feeling about this is, I don't want to say it's going to take all of 5 months, But I do want to say that, within these next 5 months, I think is crucial to this question. And I'm going to leave it at that. So hopefully my fingers are crossed that it's sooner than later. And that's why I'm saying what I really love to hear from you is on the 5th of January or let's say the 15th of January or the 25th of January, you come into our chat and you tell us you've got a job.
Well, as Violet mentions, the wheels of government move slowly, and we got a lot of wheels here.
That's true.
So hang in there, Jyoti, and thanks for coming today.
Good luck with that.
We want you to succeed.
And now I see why you're saying bureaucratic red tape, too. I forgot it was a government job, but yeah. So I see that.
Oh, I'm sorry then.
No, it's okay.
Mention that over.
It is perfectly fine.
All right. Dune is up.
Hey, government and academia. Take it from one who knows. If you work for a university, all the wheels go slow there. All right. So we're on Dune?
Right. And I don't believe they left a question, so let's see.
So Dune, do you happen to still be with us? I hope so. We're just now hitting overtime, and we don't have a lot of readings left. We have, after Dune, there's 3 plus Violet.
So I'll mention briefly that, of course, we are back again on Thursday from 7 to 9. And we will have happy hour this Saturday at 10 a.m. Also on Friday, my emotional exchanges. So if you are looking for a little more detail on what's affecting you as an elemental sign of the zodiac, Banshee's Material Manners was this morning, like every Sunday morning. And of course, later in the month, we will have a new modality as the sun enters Capricorn.
Indeed. Let's give Dune a moment. But yeah, we may have to move on.
Hey, you had a burger, right? I'm the one that's starving.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to be hearing this as soon as we shut down the live show. I have to eat something now. It's going to be. I know it will be.
There's Dune.
Hi, Dune. Posted. Moving out from Sweden in the near future.
Okay.
All right.
Let's try that as a yes or no and see how it...
That would be your deck.
Okay. So I'm back to the Tarot of the Animal Lords. Thanks, Dune. Appreciate that.
And
Let's
you know
see
what?
what we can do here.
If we need to, we'll throw the timeline cards on there.
Oh, that sounds like an excellent idea. And of course, hopefully it won't say 10 years.
Well, like I said, I don't,
I know, you have a better way of
I'm
interpreting
using these as kind of a guidepost, and I feel the numbers are important. Now, if it says 2 months, it's because we don't try to predict that much into the future here with these readings, unless somebody's really asking a very long-term question. So, I look at it as like a time frame generally of a year.
No, Violet, no 20 years.
And some of these may not exactly give you a number either. They may do it a little bit differently. They might tell you once you've done this step, you will be able to get what you want.
Well, we're always looking for things like that can be qualifiers to how we interpret to give us that. A lot of times, of course, we have relied on our intuition.
And sometimes we can see it right directly from the tarot. There are many methods of doing timing with the tarot. I don't implement a lot of those for various reasons.
The Murder of Crows Tarot has 2 additional cards that can be used as qualifiers. One for time, not so much time, but ending or beginning of a matter, and the other one for how the matter affects you more internally or more externally. But most decks don't have that necessarily, of course. So we're going to count these off.
You want me to, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Is this something I'm going to be able to tell?
You have the room. I hope so.
Okay.
What's the matter, Banshee?
Well, this deck I gave you, I didn't use it that much, so
it's
they're
sliding all
slippy.
over.
I really thought we were going to get the 2 aces right now. For
It's
now,
leaning towards not so likely,
it's
yes.
leaning towards no, but I'm not sure it's a real strong no. So, in other words, I feel like you might be able to change this situation. For one thing, we have the devil here reversed. We'll get into that. And we have the justice card upright. And then we have the 1 ace we received. We look for aces in this yes-no reading that we do, Dune. And so we only got 1 ace, which means it's leaning towards no. It's not a definite no. And what you need to keep in mind here, the devil reverse talks about liberating yourself, breaking
freedom.
free. So in other words, if freedom to you is making that move out of Sweden, then, that could very well happen. But maybe you need to make sure certain things are in order first, that there is certain things in balance in your life before you're able to make that move.
Is it possible that some sort of legal situation, whether it's about getting a passport or something like that, is one of the holding points at this
or
time?
citizenship in some place that you want to move to, whatever the case may be. It could be legal, I will say that, because it is justice, but I also feel it could be talking about balance and making sure that, okay, you're financially able to do it, you've got the plan in place, you know where you're going to go. All this stuff has to come about before I think that move can happen.
Well, as a possibility, maybe what needs to change is something
Okay.
about the legal situation. Okay.
Okay, that's all right.
It is talking about, some sort of burden or thing that has to be released or something that has to change. We're going to throw a couple more sets
Yes.
of cards here. We're going to throw the Lenormand
First.
to see what that gives us.
I feel here that, like I said, if everything legally is in place, this could be other aspects of the moving process that you just need to firm up.
Well, this may go along more with the idea that it's leaning towards no at this time. We have a sickle scythe, and of course, it is pointed towards the second card, which is the stork.
Ooh. Yeah, it's almost as if right now is not the time to begin something new or to make this move. The stork is like, the stork is multifaceted. It talks about, new beginnings. It talks about pregnancy potentially. It also talks about moves, changes of residence. And it's saying right now that, something is blocking it or, something needs to be cut away in order to make this transition happen. Do you need to sell property in Sweden first, for example? Is there property you own there?
I'm wondering if this could say that there was a specific plan, a new idea or plan towards this, and it may be being altered because of what we're seeing there, that maybe you're going to have to alter that maybe the plan will have to be revised for the future. Or it could be saying that this is the fate of the immediate plan, that it may not work out, not without some sense of revisions. And I see Roger has joined us.
Well, Roger, yeah, we had to close our list for today, but the readings we do on Sundays and Thursdays are we answer people's specific questions. So, unfortunately, we can't do a reading for you today, but join us Thursday night or next Sunday and we'll try to squeeze you in.
Our readings are free here.
Yeah.
But we do accept donations. We have a website where we do sell readings. It's our name, TFT, tarotfortoday.com, one word. We can post that there in a minute for you if you're interested in looking at it.
Well, and also the other factor of our readings is that we have one other show on Saturdays, Happy Hour, where we just give a single card, positive message from Spirit to everybody.
And
So,
we do regular readings for elemental signs of the zodiac as a collective, for either their emotional matters or their material matters.
Right, that's on, I just did one today for the material, and that's on my Material Matters show. You could find that on our website. And it's for the week ahead for the elemental signs of the zodiac. So, earth, air, fire, water.
So Dune has mentioned that they don't have the money right now for this move, and maybe that could be what the scythe is saying there. We're going to throw
let's see what's
one
going
more
on here.
card just to see if it gives us a time sense.
Okay.
No, actually, there are different times on different days. There, Thursdays are 7 to 9 p.m. Sundays are 2 to 4 p.m.
Right. And 10 a.m. is our, on Saturdays is our happy hour show. We kind of switch around the times a little bit so we can do some things at different times of the day. All right, Mr. O, shuffle these and cut them again. I want to see if we can come up with any kind of realistic time frame for you on this possible move, or what might be a good time to consider in the year ahead if it's going
And
to
sorry
happen.
if we seem to be ignoring you, Dune, just trying to make sure we get the information to Roger there. But this is our final card for you, and it may give us an indication of the amount of time, or Banshee's a little better at interpreting that. Let's see what happens.
Well, we'll see. I think this could be another time. Wow, I could almost go with that one.
8 months.
At the minimum, it may take as long as 8 months. I really feel in this case that's probably the minimum. I can't see it happening in 8 weeks. Maybe, if you can, but it may take you at least that long to make it happen. It could take longer, and maybe it will again have something to do with the number 8.
Yeah, because we do have one at least here, don't we?
I don't think it's going to be days or weeks. I really feel.
But I'm looking at this
gonna be
other 8
months.
too,
Yeah,
which
that's
is
true.
justice.
That's true.
So it
Yeah.
adds a little weight just because of that, in my opinion.
Good point there, Mr. O.
Well, good luck, Dune. I hope it
Yeah.
works out for you, and thank you for dropping in today.
And keep us posted. All right.
All right, Ramen Deep is here, and I think they're next.
Sorry, I apparently absconded with your deck. I was counting, that's why.
You're good at it.
Hey, Ramen Deep. Good to see you.
Well, we read as a team, so you have to take us both together. If you're asking if it's her over me, I
That's
won't be
right.
insulted. But we do read as a team.
Yeah, we are unique in this regard. We read together. It's just something we started doing when we created this show, and we've stuck with that format.
I'll tell you what, if it makes more sense, you could just write to us at our Gmail account, and we
Yeah.
could talk about
Yeah.
all of this, who reads for you or how we might rearrange things.
But if you're worried about cost, the cost for our readings
We're
is
cheap.
we're very reasonable. We do not charge extra for the two of us reading for you.
Yeah, it's
So-
2 for the price of 1.
We're retired. This is our sideline. We've enjoyed reading cards all our lives.
But write to us at our Gmail, which is also TFT Tarot for Today at gmail.com.
All right.
So, was that
Ramen
my
Deep
deck or your
posted
deck?
a question.
It's
Did
your
someone
deck.
do magic on my car? When I had gotten into a car accident. Okay. Well, there's various costs. I really need to update my website. It's
Are they
got a
asking
few
about the car
problems.
accident?
But it can be. He's asking about costs of readings in general.
No, I think that Ramandeep is asking about something.
Ramandeep said right here, how much is the cost? And he's responding to the readings. Because I was talking about cost just
Okay.
a minute ago.
Maybe they were talking about their car.
No. No.
Okay.
What, did somebody do magic? That's the question. All right. I think
All
we're
right.
going to do a yes/no on this one and see if we can pin that down.
Mr. O is confused.
Mr. O is confused. But really, we have readings as cheap as $5 to as expensive as, I don't know, 30 to 40, but those are huge readings. And we also, it depends too if we're doing a video reading for you or if we're doing a one-on-one Zoom reading with you. If we do that, there's a little bit more cost involved in that. But we could do a video reading for any question, and they're pretty reasonable. All right. Our Zoom readings are more open. You know, you don't have to pick a reading or a spread. You can ask as many questions as we can fit in the time slot available. So if you take a 45-minute reading with us, you know, we'll throw as many cards and interpretation as we can in 45 minutes. So, you know, we've got a number of different services we offer.
Question?
Well, $5, that would be just a basic spread, you know, a card reading, and we would do that as a video reading. So we would send you a link to a private video that would just be between us. And like I said, you could talk to us too on our email, and we could give you more information. We could see what your needs are and tell you what we think might work.
You can message us on Twitter, Instagram, or
True too.
Facebook, because we're on all of those. And in any case, just search for TFT Tarot for Today. It may be slightly different between Twitter, like we might use the number 4 instead of 4, but look for TFT Tarot for Today. And Ramandeep, we are doing a yes or no for your question because we feel it does deserve a direct answer, or as much of one as we can possibly find here.
Interesting.
Well, you used a magic-y deck. People do have the ability to affect machinery with curses or spells or energy working, so it isn't really a question that we would not consider seriously.
Well, I only have one ace here, so it's leaning towards no, that magic was not involved. But I do have, and I have two kind of disparate cards here. We have the Knight of Candles reversed, which is the Knight of Wands reversed. Both of these are wands. And then we have the Ten of Cups upright. And, well,
that's interesting. The latter one doesn't necessarily apply at all, perhaps.
so, all right, so you got in a car accident. May I ask if, you know, can I ask if, hold on a minute. Were you considered at fault in this accident? Or I would say this, it seems as though to me, is it possible that if not you, that speeding might have been involved in this? I don't know why when I'm seeing this Knight of Candles. I'm thinking that it had to do with speeding, or maybe even somebody stopped or stuck on the road getting hit.
Well, I get the feeling like if it isn't speeding per se, it is about maybe the possibility of a traffic violation, somebody that did something that didn't work.
Reckless, right?
Yeah.
Reckless.
Okay, are they answering you? I guess.
Okay, I'm not sure. But I think here that something reckless happened, and that's really the cause.
You pegged it.
Oh my gosh, stopped on the highway. Oh my gosh, because sometimes I look at I get a little confused sometimes between the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Candles. To me, the Knight of Wands is kind of like not really moving. The Knight of Swords, to me, can be the reckless or too fast behavior, moving too fast. I think in this case, this is somebody who was stuck.
So I'm going to presume or ask, nobody was hurt or not very seriously. I might be getting that from the 10
I
of
feel
chalices.
like maybe everything is going to turn out okay. I'm hoping that's what that 10 of cups means. But of course, in an accident, you know, cars get ruined.
So there was equipment failure on your part, possibly, or your car's part.
This is really interesting. Yeah. Equipment failure. I I guess
That's why
maybe
you're
I could
wondering if
see
somebody
that.
jinxed it or something.
Right, that's why you're thinking that.
We're
but
not seeing that.
I almost think no, it could just be indicative here that, somebody was stalled out, you couldn't stop, which on some level, it wasn't your fault, but it clearly presented a serious problem. And the 10 here, the 10 of Cups here means to me that everything should work out okay. I think it's just devastating always whenever we have a crash like this. I hate being involved in car crashes. I've
We've
been
had enough of
involved
them
in a
ourselves.
few.
Yeah.
And because just there's damage, then there's money you have to pay out. It's all kinds of stuff. But I almost feel like everything is going to be okay with that.
Sure
Let's
hope so.
throw my Lenormand. Oopsie. Let's see what else we get.
Well, good for you if nobody was hurt then, Ramandeep. That's the important thing, really.
I think it was just an equipment malfunction. I don't see anybody else involved. And
No.
maybe it's an equipment malfunction on both parts. On the one hand, you had somebody who was stuck on the in the road, and you had a malfunction with your brake. So I almost feel in a way that's why this 10 of Cups is here. It's really nobody's fault, It's the equipment fault.
So there are the clouds. And the evergreen, which is the tree.
Well, now generally, I look at the dark clouds as being something that's more negative. But I don't know why. When I see the tree here, I really feel what this is saying is the tree can be about growth, learning something, education, and even health, So I feel here the number one, this might have been emotionally upsetting. If nobody was hurt, if nothing else, it's been rather emotionally upsetting to you. So it does affect your health in a way. But number two, I think this is more important in this case, Ramandeep, is that you are going to learn something about this. I feel like the confusion will be resolved. You'll find out what was wrong either with the brakes or the other cars and realize, this was just an unfortunate series of events.
I think that there may be a practical concern for you, and it may be that replacing the car if necessary or getting the proper work done may be a little bit of a problem. It may be with the holiday. There may be stalls or delays on getting that. But I think that may be your most practical problem is getting your car back to running.
Yep.
Hope so.
I wish you luck with that, Ramandeep. Sorry you had to go through that.
Yeah.
Never fun. Never fun.
Interesting question.
Yeah, thank you for that. Now, I like the way it came out, too. I mean, you could clearly see there was something that just stalled. And it was that other car. I had no idea. Wow. All right.
Swati is up.
Swati.
Did we get a question? I don't
I
remember.
don't recall that we did. And Eleni, I hope you're still hanging with us. You're right after Swati.
Excuse me, I have hiccups.
Swati, are you still here?
Someone's got trigger fingers on countdown. Don't
And
let it
she's
happen.
not afraid to use them,
Don't let it happen.
especially as the hour drags on.
Oh, Ramadeep, that's very sweet of you to ask that. We really can't. We don't have the time to do it because we're actually in our overtime.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I otherwise would do it for you. If you come back Thursday night, if it's not too late, we could do that. So sorry. Or email us. Maybe
Yeah,
we could
email us
we could
and-
maybe
and
do a
we'll-
quick question for you for $5, you know.
Right. It'll have to be after the show.
Yeah, sometime we'll get back to you.
So in the next hour or so.
Maybe we could just write that one up for you and I'll take a picture of the cards. But
So
we'll see.
write
We'll
us on
talk
our
about it.
Gmail, TFT Tarot for Today @gmail.com, and we'll do your question. And Swathi.
Swathi. Last call for Swathi. I'm going to get Violet counting down. You're welcome, Ramandeep.
I know Swathi's going to come back. What are we going to do?
Not necessarily, but we'll see.
All right, Eleni, are you still here?
Hey, Eleni, you are up if you're here. Please be here. Did Eleni leave a question? I don't think
I don't
so.
remember. We're starting to get punch drunk.
Yeah, that's why we need a little break after the show to retool if we're going to do some more questions like for Ramandeep. So, woo!
I see. Well, this may move along really quickly then.
Well, that's good. All right. Eleni, second call for Eleni. I hope you're here. You're typing your question right now. This is my deck, right?
Yeah. No, I was going to use my deck, I think, and
Oh.
we didn't because you used the Nightmare.
Oh, okay.
So we're just
That's
waiting to
right.
see if we have a reading.
And good thing, too, because if it ends up being Violet's reading, she does not like the Nightmare deck.
All right, well, I have the Tarot of the Mermaids handy.
I was actually going to use a different one anyway, but that's okay.
Okay, I guess we can start moving our fingers towards the button.
Last call for Eleni.
It's like Mercury retrograde. We're going to have the shadow of the countdown and maybe a pre-shadow of the countdown. Uh-oh, it has begun.
It's begun.
It has begun. Wow, it's moving fast.
All right. Violet, go ahead and post your question.
Yes, it is.
Finally, our long-suffering moderator. She's easy.
You are easy. What does Spirit have for you? A new countdown button?
I have a weird question for you, Mr. O.
You do? Think about her
Why
question.
does the colors on here look green instead of what they really are?
Oh, so you have that weird vision thing?
Yeah.
It's reflecting off of the green speckles on your Santa hat.
Oh, is that what it is? So, I don't think so. Ah, all right. Oopsie.
All right. Seven of Cups. Upright.
Is that cups?
Sorry.
Seven of Pentacles. Go on.
I want to hurt you. Knight of Swords upright. Is that swords?
Are you sure? Are
Is
you
that
sure?
swords? She caused this, not me. Tower reverse.
I did not.
Yes, she did.
Did not.
Yes, she did.
Did not.
You bummed my attitude.
Well, Violet, Violet,
What does
Violet.
Spirit have for you indeed? Choose well.
Spirit, what does Spirit have for you? Spirit wants you to make careful decisions right now, and really assess your progress in some area of your life, whatever it may be.
I feel this is more active than not. It isn't necessarily, intellectual topics you're thinking about or embracing. It may be about something you have to physically do in some form.
So make some careful decisions about some area of your life and how to make something happen or develop in
Manifest.
the way that you want it to.
Right.
And I feel here that if you're not careful, whatever you're trying to accomplish or do, is not built on a solid enough foundation to develop without the right kind of decisions and thought processes behind it.
Spirit may be saying too that this is a question or thing that has happened before, and so it's not really that you're not grasping it. It's just that there's another
That's
opportunity
true.
to do this that Spirit wants you to have. Maybe there's another thing to learn about it in some respect.
So are you saying maybe that there is an opportunity here to finally put something together that you haven't been able to put together yet? And if you really carefully give this the consideration and thought that it needs, you can finally make something right that maybe has been kind of time and time again falling apart on you. That makes sense.
It does. So Lenormand.
Well, to you, I don't know if it does to Violet.
There's
that
damn
stork is
keeps
coming up. What the heck?
Stork and house. Well, maybe this is about something to do with a home or where you live. Maybe you're going to want to look at changing things around the home or about the home.
Yeah, it could be something mundane like that. I don't know that you are thinking about moving at this time, obviously, which clearly could be indicated here, but this could be about making shifts and changes in your home to better accommodate something that you want to do. Or maybe there is just something you need to take care of in your home because it's not working for you. And you keep revisiting this over and over again. And, maybe it's now time to tackle it, whether it's a repair, whether it's getting some new appliance, or even, I don't know, a new TV, something for the home that you need.
Is the something you think it is not connected to what we're talking about now about, the possibility of moving in a couple of years? Because I wonder if it has something to do with your anniversary celebration, maybe.
Oh, I don't know.
Just a thought.
I'm not sure how that fits in.
Well, it just sort of came to me from the Lenormand more so than from the other cards. So.
Yeah. What, you're not going to throw a bottom card for Violet?
You said it's regarding that.
Oh.
I'm psychic. Okay, I'm looking at the bottom card. She told me to. Star.
So, you'll
Bam!
whether it's actually, visioning the move in the place you want to live and giving it the careful thought consideration that you need to do, because obviously if you make a mistake, it's hard to pick up the pieces and move again, isn't it? So you want to be sure that if this is regarding a move, that this is right for you. And I feel here that maybe that's what you need to bring some optimism back into your life. And if it's not, like I said, the physical move, it could be involving bringing something
I
in.
like it. I want to pull the bottom. I know. No, Obi, don't.
I actually meant for him to pull that card, but go ahead.
No, Obi, don't. Okay, it's the Seven of Wands reverse. So
Well,
I think I think the oars are not quite in the water if we want to look
That's
at the
it.
oars.
That's
But
it.
it is a process of getting there, and I think that's what the Seven of Wands reversed is saying, is that you will have to put some energy and movement into this.
The timing is not right now. You know, you have to have more control. You have to have more, maybe, you know, you have to make sure conditions are right. And maybe either financially or physically at this point in time, it's just not the right time now. But I do believe, you know, maybe it is on the horizon for you. Good luck with that. More money, right? You know, it's like, right, you know, you need to grow something in order to make it happen. So that's what we have for you. Interesting this popped up for you. And we are done. My goodness. Well, we couldn't read for 3 people today who didn't hang in there, but we appreciate everybody who showed up today. I want to thank you all for your patience, those of you who waited endlessly. But we do try to make it worth your while.
You're welcome.
So thanks again, everybody, for a great day of readings, and we shall see you soon.
All right.
Take care, and bye-bye for now.
Now who's got their finger on the button? Bye.